Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out this live talking about the Grand Deception slash Great Awakening. If you've follow me on YouTube here or on social media, you know that I created a guide called The Great Awakening, which is a compilation of videos, live links to videos, documentaries, movies, um, articles, books, things like that to share knowledge and information about what's happening in the world right now. And the other day, I read an article from a website called inhiscommission.com. It's up in the Hot Topic series on my YouTube channel, and I want to invite you to go check it out. And also, more than that, I would love your input, your feedback. If you're on this path of really discerning what's happening in the world and trying to figure out and building your knowledge base and understanding about it, I'd love your input, quite frankly, because I'm somewhat new to this path, right? This Christianity path and biblical stuff like that. Dabbled a little bit in it over the years, but never to the degree that I have in the last number of years. And I just want to be really clear. I'm super open to anyone's opinion and or insight and what you've learned on your journey, for sure. To that point, later this week, I'm going to be interviewing a gentleman who is super knowledgeable about this stuff, right? I've been following him on Instagram. His name is Brandon Kroll, Kroll. I'm super excited about that. So look for that to be coming down the line. I'm ramping up. I want to ramp up interviews more for my channel and, grab this knowledge and wisdom from different people and different characters around the world, because, that's what I love to do the most. That's what really lights me up. Unfortunately, as you may know, if you're running a media business as well, doing that takes a bit of time and coordination. And oftentimes, in my case, the numbers weren't there to justify it. That's why I shut down my podcast years ago, because it's incredible amount of work to line up those guests. It's valuable. It's awesome, but it's an incredible amount of work to line those guests up and share their knowledge with you, my audience. But I'm going to start doing that again. I want to start doing that again and streamline some processes. So look for that interview to be coming down the line. But like I said, if you haven't checked out that latest video in the Hot Topic series where I read that article and correlated and commented on it, and from my perspective, from what I've picked up on my journey, because here's the thing. It goes without saying that I don't want to go against God or do something that is not in God's will. And that article was super enlightening to me, because I do struggle with this. There's no question, right? Being a creator, created by the creator, being a creator, and doing to the best of my ability God's work on earth, helping to create heaven on earth, helping to make the world a better place, as I'm sure you are as well. It is a challenge. So I would love any feedback either in the comments section below that video or here. Let's see. I love the work of Paul Wallace and Mario. Okay, that's a funny last name, and others who are similar. I will check those people out. Thank you, Cheryl Ann. I appreciate that. That's what I love to do, is create a platform to share knowledge and information. Because I'll tell you something, I learned so much from your comments and your suggestions. That's why I created the comment series maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, because excuse me, on my Instagram, which is my most populated platform at gmarkphillips, the comments are solid gold. Comments are solid gold all around the web, quite frankly. Yeah, you do have to fish through some funny comments, but I got to tell you, these forums and these platforms where people come together and share information, I've discovered awesome documentaries. I think that I got to tell you, I don't have it in front of me right now, the Great Awakening Guide. It's in the other room, but you can check it out at greatawakeningguide.com. Most of the documentaries, if not all, came from comments, right? people's comments, and then I would compile them and put them into the form, and it's in sections in there, and there are live links to those comments. But the solid gold, I think that's where I discovered the documentary Everything is a Rich Man's Trick. That's on YouTube. It's 3 hours long. It's phenomenal. Um, Many of the documentaries and movies that I discover come from comments. So that's why I created that series to, highlight the people's comments, because that's a super great forum. But thank you for sharing that comment there. Yeah, this is the day and age that we're living in, and we have an opportunity to help one another, learn from one another, and then it requires having an open mind too, right? We when we enter into these types of things, sometimes people have their mind made up, so to speak, and no information, they won't allow any information to come in. They don't want any more information to come in, which is fine. Lord knows I've been there, and I'm there at different times. But I'll tell you one thing, and that's why I wanted to read that article. At this point in time, when I look around the landscape of the world, that is constantly changing, my number one goal is to remain open and willing to accept and entertain new information, and then put it into my data banks and correlate it and stuff like that. Because I got to tell you, sometimes my whole paradigm changes in a week. That recently happened with Mr. Donald Trump. It changed within a very short period of time. I watched a James Corbett video from Corbett Reports. I put it into my knowledge base, and very quickly kind of erased years worth of thinking in that area. And I think that's what's happening to many people. People are waking up to the lies and deception in our world at a rapid rate. And as that happens, I think it's going to be exponential, quite frankly. I think the curve is just going to go up and up very quickly. And we will have more people at a high level of understanding and seeing through the web of lies that have been perpetrated in our world. And it's awesome. It needs to happen, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you. Invite you to check out that video, and then let me know what you think about this idea of the Great Awakening really being the grand deception, because I do see that as a possibility. As I said, having created the Great Awakening Guide, I'm very conscious of the fact that I don't want to create a kingdom now experience and revive the United States, so to speak, if that's going against God's will, right? And I still struggle with that. But if you recall, the Great Awakening Guide started as the Patriot's Guide to Saving America, because I was very concerned about the state of our country. I see what's happening in New York, California, Washington, Oregon. Some of it's happening in Arizona. I see this decline of America. And as a person who lives in America, it's concerning to me. And so I was like, let's rally the let's fix troops, and let's fix this. After a period of time, I started to realize, maybe people don't want to fix America. Maybe this is the natural cycle of creation and destruction, and maybe detaching a little bit from that, which was challenging to me, because I'm a person who believes, we are created in the image and likeness of God, and we're little creators, and we have the ability to be good stewards of God's creation on earth. And why not try to make the United States and the world a better place? But I definitely don't want to, go in contrast to what God wants. So that was a good article for me to read, and perhaps you will find interest in it too. There, on my Hot Topics series. But that's what I wanted to share with you today, just a short one. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and thank you for your comment, Cheryl Ann. I will check that out. Until next time, I appreciate you guys. Leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share it with someone who you feel might want to see it. And I will talk to you in the next one. Until next time, all the best, health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.